Yeah.
Alan's, come on. Anyway, Mr. Fly says, Father Simon, I'd like to seek forgiveness for a rather unfortunate event that took place during my late teens. It was 10 years or so ago, and I was in a teenage rock and roll band with some friends from school. We did everything together, and we rehearsed a few times a week in my room with dreams of making it to superstardom. On one occasion, during a night out on the town, my closest friend and guitarist, let's call him Spider, came up to me and told me it was his dad's 70th birthday, and that his dad's favourite artist was none other than the mighty Sir Tom Jones. During my teen years, I was lucky enough to have spent some time around Sir Tom, as my dad had done some work alongside him on the odd occasion, which Spider was aware of. This is why on this night he said he could think of nothing better to gift his dad with than an autograph from Sir Tom that was personalised for him, and he asked if I could make it happen. Well, I'd had a couple of shandies at this time, so I said, sure, no problem, leave it with me, I'm sure I can. And off we went to continue the rest of the night out. Well, a couple of weeks passed, so I'd forgotten all about the chat with Spider until he came to me with a nicely presented profile photo of Sir Tom that he'd bought with his own money, which he'd like to get the birthday message and autograph on. It was at this point that the remnants of our hazy conversation on that night came flooding back to me and reminded me of what I had promised to do. So I took the picture to my dad and asked him if there was any way he could get Sir Tom to autograph the picture with a birthday message for Spider's dad. Now, while it's fairly common for Sir Tom to sign autographs for fans, you could say it's not unusual.
Oh, come.
My dad swiftly declined my request, as he had a strict policy of not asking for autographs whilst at work in case it seemed unprofessional, which seemed very fair. I was now at a loss. I'd promised to arrange this birthday gift of a lifetime and now had no way of doing it, but I couldn't bring myself to tell my good friend that it wouldn't be done. That was until a flash of inspiration came upon me. I grabbed a pen and paper and Googled what Sir Tom's signature looked like. For the next 30 minutes, I was scribbling away, trying to perfect the most authentic-looking autograph of Sir Tom. Soon enough, I felt I was ready for the big moment to apply my Tom Jones-esque signature to the photo print I'd been given. I began with a pretty solid start of, "To David, happy 70th birthday, best wishes." However, with the pressure of only getting one shot at the signature, my hands suddenly began to shake. Despite some pretty good attempts on the notepad, what came to pass on the photograph was what I can only describe as a shaky, smudgy, feeble attempt at Sir Tom's signature. I can show you an example in just a moment, by the way. I have attached a picture of my attempt on the photo for reference, along with a real version, so you can see what I tried to replicate. This is no use for you at home. Obviously, it's quite useful for Matt and Katie Susie. There was simply no way I could give it to Spider. There was no way that he would believe it was genuine, so I left it on my desk and hoped it would be forgotten about. However, one evening Spider came round to my house for a band rehearsal. With a sudden outcry of elation, he shouted, "You've got it!" as he spotted the autograph photo on the desk. "I can't believe you got it signed. Thank you so much." As I turned around, he was beaming with joy. I didn't have the heart to tell him the true source of the autograph, so gave him a cheery, no problem, anytime, and he took the gift home to wrap. To this very day, this photograph is on display in a nice little frame in his dad's living room. It is his pride and joy. Until this very moment, only I have known that it is really my signature up on his wall and not that of Sir Tom Jones. And if you compare the two, it's obvious. I'd like to seek forgiveness from you, from Spider, for defacing his nice photograph of Sir Tom Jones with my feeble signature attempt, and to his dad for displaying said feeble attempt on his wall for 10 years and counting. So this has been a confession, a long time in the brewing. Lovely crossfade.
Yes, I thought so.
It was.
No, it really was.
Thank you. I've been practicing over the weekend and everything. The voice of authority and responsibility, Sister Katie Susie.
Yeah, I'm really worried that we've just crushed Spider and Spider's dad's dreams. I feel very guilty about it.
So he's now 80.
Yeah,
He's 80
I'm-
years
I'm
old,
really,
and for 10
really
years he's
sorry.
been living a lie.
Living a lie.
I just feel like Mr. Fly, you had multiple opportunities to be honest with Spider in the first conversation, when Spider gave you the photo, then when Spider found the photo, you had so many chances to be honest and you didn't, so you are not forgiven, Mr. Fly.
Brother from another gutter.
Well, I would say there are two things here. I mean, the first one is obviously having the fake autograph, but I think Mr. Spider has been very happy with that photograph. But then there's the second deal, which is him owning up to it, and I'm not sure I would forgive on that score. But on reflection,
Yes.
I am going to forgive
Oh, what a
for both
turnout.
of them. Massive turn up for the books there from me.
That was almost
Who
like
had
winning
that?
on penalties.
It
there.
was penalties, wasn't it?
Thought it was going to go one way.
Oh,
and it
upset
went the other.
Pussycat.